In this Real Moves for Real Life, we are going to use a simple tennis ball to make an impact on your ankle. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Real Moves for Real Life with Lisa Workman, clinical exercise physiologist, kinesiologist, and yoga therapist. And today, as I said, we are playing with a tennis ball. But first, before we get going with the ball, let's first learn about our leg. Yes. Here is a leg bone, everybody. Let's come a little closer. Today we're going to look at the lower bones of the leg. We have our tibia, which is the one that you can actually feel if you stick your hand on your shin bone. That's what you're feeling is your tibia. And then we have our fibula that rides along the side. Now the fibula just does that. It rides along the side of the tibia until it makes up part of your ankle, and that is what we are targeting today, the tissues that run on the outer edges of your fibula. So we're going to take this tennis ball, my friends, and set it right onto the side of our fibula. The muscles that are located on this outer edge of the leg connect all the way down to the bottom of the fibula and onto the foot. So taking this tennis ball and placing it here is going to have some real magical effects. All right, let's get to it. We're going to have our tennis ball, and we're also going to have either a nice soft couch with a bit of cushion and a bit of little softness to it, or you're going to come to the wall. And stay tuned, I'll show you a bit of a clip of me doing it at the wall. But first, let's get it placed in the right spot on our leg. So right here is my kneecap. You can see you could touch your own kneecap and press on it. It's the hard bone. Then we're going to take that tennis ball and line it up here on the outer edge of the leg. Now I purposely wore these pants for you today so that you can see the vertical line of my leg. The vertical line is also the line of the muscle. So we can let that ball sit here. Now, of course, I want to have it on my inside leg, which is the leg that's closest to the couch, because the bottom of my couch is like the perfect height for me to connect the ball between my leg and the couch. So I can hold that there and have just a slight inner pressure towards the couch and the ball. Now, sensation might show up relatively quickly, so just allow the pressure to be appropriate for how much sensation you're wanting to have. You can stand stationary like this, or maybe start to bring a little movement into that back leg so that the ball rolls on the opposite direction of the line of the muscles. So if the line are moving up and down like my pant, we're moving the ball sort of side to side on those vertical lines. Now, of course, you can do this at the wall with no problem. It is actually going to be a firmer surface to press that ball into. And again, you could do this rolling action, or if it's firm enough, you might even find, I want to do something else with the ball. I might want to lift my foot off the ground so that I can ride the ball up and down the side vertical line of the lower leg. Now, when you are done, go ahead and remove that ball and then have a seat. And since I have a couch here, I'm going to have a seat on the couch. What I might notice is a greater sense of awareness to the outer edge of my leg. Now, if I were to go all the way down the outside of my leg and come to my ankle, maybe there's something else going on in my ankle. Maybe it feels it can move a little bit better, or maybe there's just a greater sense of the connection of the side of your leg all the way down to the outer edge of your ankle. You can do this to help those muscles that live on the outer edge of the lower leg bring softness and maybe a little bit more mobility as we apply that pressure with the tennis ball. It's a bit of a chain reaction effect. We are going towards the muscle at the top end to only get the results at the bottom end. At the bottom end is the ankle. And so you might notice with a little bit of movement back and forth with the foot, or even a bit of a waving side to side action of your foot, you're going to notice a greater sense of movement and also maybe just a connection to that ankle itself. So if you are having any issues with your ankle, consider a tennis ball all the way up the side of the leg may actually be helpful for you. That brings us to the end of this episode of Real Moves for Real Life. My name is Lisa. I'm here to support you and your physical activity, getting you to move better so that you can move more often. And if you are interested at all in getting some extra support from me and my community, I encourage you to join the MedFit Movement Studio. The link is in the description down below. It's a complimentary free online community to support you and your physical activity habits. And you know, when we come together as a community, there's so much that we can learn from each other, not just from me, but also from all the other members that are within our online studio. So we'd love to have you there. Again, just go to the description in the box below and you can sign up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Lemon squeezy. Well, this isn't a lemon, but yellow enough. Thank you so much for joining me for this real move, really real moves for real life. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.